Hey guys, this is Uncle Doug coming to you again from, I'm actually in my office at the thrift store, our ministry sort of base at our community storehouse here in Excelsior Springs, Missouri. We have a big warehouse where we collect all kind of stuff from folks and get it back out to whoever needs it. Uh, One of the most misused verses in the Bible, in Malachi 2, says to bring your meat to the storehouse, and pastors use it to say that you got to give them 10% of your pre-tax gross so they can buy a jet plane. And it really is talking about bringing the meat to the temple for the poor, because that was the safety net for Israel that God instituted, where the poor could go to the temple, and if you offered a lamb or a partridge or something, they would put it on the altar and cook it. It didn't always get consumed. The fat and other stuff might, but they would cook it. And then what the Levites couldn't eat, other people could come and get food to survive as well. And it was their social security. And anyway, so God told us to start a community storehouse where people could bring corporate and personal donations, and we could get it to whoever needs it. And so if you need a coat, I'll give you a coat. If you need a rabbit or a mink, well, you know what? You can just pay for that. And that'll help us keep doing it for more and more people. If you want a leather Chiefs jacket, you can pay for that. If your house burned down and you need a bed and a sofa, I'll be glad to give it to you. And we get all kind of stuff donated, put stuff on Marketplace, flip it wherever we can. And there's enough junk in America to fund whatever kind of ministry needs to be done. And it's a beautiful thing. And we get to pray with a lot of people and help them, and they cry, and we give them stuff, and we have food out front every day for free, and a free room. We used to have a free store, which would probably be my preference. We just had a jar on the counter, and you'd go through, find a pair of jeans, put whatever you want in the jar. But people didn't understand it, and people didn't want to come because they think, well, if it's free, then it's just charity, and it's just trash, and why should I want trash? And we had really good stuff, but they couldn't get their head around, it's one of those things. You may invent a laser toothbrush, but then you got to explain to people why they need a laser toothbrush that they've never heard of and have no idea what it is and sounds weird. And anyway, so this time around, we're a thrift store with a free room where there's all kind of stuff you can just take. And if you come and you have a need and whatever, we'll be glad to try and do the best we can to help you out however you can, and meet you where you can afford it with stuff that's a need. And then we have a lot of stuff here that's wants. And if you want a whole bunch of Coca-Cola collectibles or a Precious Moments doll or something, well, you can just pay for that. Cabbage Patch Kid or Collector Barbie or whatever, you can pay for that stuff, and that helps us keep doing it and being here for everybody else. So when when God designed this social safety net with the temple, the people brought the food partly for the Levites and their family, because they didn't have any other holdings, they didn't have any other jobs, and this is how the people helped feed the Levites. But then the Levites had extra, and so they shared with the poor and made sure that everybody was taken care of. And that's the way it's supposed to work. So anyway, this right here now, we have 15,000 square feet, give or take. And this is the next rotation of the snowball. Plus we have the cave, and there's, 300,000 square feet there, a lot of which is storage and stuff too there. But anyway, I don't know what the next rotation is. I mean, we've been talking about 100,000 square feet in one of the underground caves down in the city, and cooperation with 8 or 10 other ministries where everybody could bring their stuff to one location and have dedicated teams that could put it on eBay, send it to a thrift store here and there, whatever, or put it on Facebook Marketplace, or scrap the metals, pull the brass, pull the aluminum, and whatever. And a certain amount of it's always just trash, but there's a lot of folks that can do something with that, or might need it. So I don't know, but I know that there's a lot of stuff out there, and that most of the world would be thrilled to live in our trash dumps. And anyway, uh, we uh, we have the front store that's the thrift store with all kind of stuff out there and priced super cheap. We have a whole bunch of discount groceries. We bought a semi trailer of near date groceries that we could sell at super cheap discounts, so we're below half a Walmart price, and that helps folks. We're not funded well enough that we can just give everybody boxes of groceries, and we don't get stuff from the big food bank downtown anymore because they won't let you pray with people or give them a flyer or give them a Bible or anything. So we're like, we're not going to be muzzled like that just so we can get your commodities from the government. We don't get any government money. So, but if I can get you a can of green beans for 50 cents, like it was 3 years ago, instead of $1.69 like it is now, that could really help. That could really fight inflation and benefit some folks, and that money could be paid to their rent or their whatever else that they have to have, their medication. So we try to save money for people wherever we can. We've got power drinks, Red Bulls and Monsters and whatever. We got pallets and pallets of it, and I've got them $1 each out on there instead of $2.95 or whatever at the convenience store you're going to pay for that stuff. Anyway, appreciate all your support. This is one of the things that we've been doing. It's City Saver Thrift in Excelsior Springs, and right next to Tractor Supply in the DMV. And we are, I think, beta testing a model that will go out farther and wider, as citysaver.org, our website designed to try to restore the church and bring everybody back together daily and from house to house, gets built and implemented all over the world. One of the things that's going to happen when you start bringing the body of Christ together is that they will say, well, hey, I got an extra sofa, I got extra whatever, let's give it to somebody, let's lay it at the feet of the apostles and let them distribute it out as they did in Acts chapter 6, and find people that are good stewards, that aren't going to steal from the purse, that can be trusted with money, and let them be the ones that have a heart to take care of the distribution to the widows and make sure that everybody's needs are met. And that's what we're trying to do in this one little town here, is just make sure that we're here. If somebody comes in and their house burned down, we've been able to completely outfit them, bunk beds, king size bed, sofas, whatever, appliances, sometimes dishes, clothes, whatever they've needed, and get them back going again. We've done that for a lot of families in the Northland in the last 17 years or whatever we've been doing this. We shipped trailer loads of stuff to Katrina to New Orleans when Katrina hit, and we've had trailer loads of supplies, soap, disinfectant, hand sanitizer, other stuff that we've sent out to Indian reservations and other places via other ministries, homeless shelters in Lawrence and other places that we've been able to bless in all kind of ways. So anyway, thank you for your support. If you're nearby and you want to come see what we're doing, it's 115 Crown Hill Road. We'd love to have you be here. We're noon to 6 Tuesday to Saturday. And see the thrift store. And then we got a big warehouse in the back of other stuff. If you're looking for a king size bed or appliance, or it's probably not in the showroom because it's too small, but we might have all kinds of stuff. And there's other videos about the storehouse here that you can look at from when we moved in, and how God provided from the very beginning in amazing ways, and how it just overflows constantly. Right now we're to our gills, and we just need more volunteers to help process and sort it and get it to where it needs to go, and identify places where it could go, so I can get on the phone and call little Christian school and give them a pallet of soap or whatever that they might be able to use and help get it out of here. If you're a good steward of what God gave you, he's just going to give you more and more and more until it's coming out your ears, and you have to build more and more barns. Anyway, we're grateful to the Lord for what He's been doing and for our ability to be able to be a blessing to lots of folks. Despite whatever they may say about us, despite calling us names, we've helped a lot of people and expect to continue to be here to help a lot of people. Thank you for your support, for your prayers, for your encouragement, for your hugs, whatever part you've played in our life. We appreciate it. And we're just going to keep powering on and see how the next roll of the snowball gets bigger and bigger as we try to be good stewards of what God has poured out and see how much He can pour out. God bless you all. Thank you. In the name of Jesus, amen.